Behold, my coffee supporter Daddy Sihix asks that I give us an abridged version of the entire Bionicle story timeline. I have three ways that I'm going to answer this question. I've been thinking about this question for a while, and overall, I don't think I can do it. I've been thinking about it for a week or so. I read through said timeline, took a nice little Wikipedia freefall through the fandom, and it was a ride, man. I had the impression that Bionicle was like one of those things that had backstory as a backdrop to the Lego Technic buildy things, but I really feel like it's the other way around. Like the toys are inconsequential in the light of the monolithic lore behind this thing. I'm very confused about like where is this lore being delivered? So my first answer is that I thought long and hard about if there's any way for me to make this interesting. And I think because I know literally nothing about this, or I should say I knew literally nothing about this, I can't really summarize it. Like I don't know what I'm talking about. So instead, I'm going to give you, the listener, a bit of a toe dip exercise into this, and also tell you my own experience with Bionicle. From time to time, I do get requests like this for Parley that I am just not equipped to answer. Like I am not the right person to ask, but I will still give you a video. It just might not be exactly what you were looking for if I honestly cannot do it. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, when I was a kid, I really liked Bionicle. So if you don't know what these are, I guess I'll link some pictures of them in the link some pictures of Bionicles in the description. If you don't know what we're talking about, then I'll go look at them. They're interesting. So basically, they're like anthropomorphic robot dudes with masks. They have masks, and the masks have powers. They give them powers. Obviously, in real life, the masks are plastic, but in in the lore, they give them powers. And I don't know, there's something about that, the masks being interchangeable, which they are, that I really enjoyed as a child. Like something about being able to equip the thing with, it's like having an RPG character, but in real life, but it doesn't do anything. But anyway, you get the idea. So there are locations in this mythos, like Matanui, which is an island. I'm looking at the wiki page right now. Let's just not even pretend that I'm not using the wiki for this one, which was a place that I'd recalled. I played a game, I think. I looked it up, and I think it's a game, or it was like an ebook or something. I think it was a game called The Legend of Matanui, which I interpreted to be like the basic mythos because I was like 7 or whatever. But Wikipedia Freefalling has informed me that I believe this is actually a lot later, and there's like a creation myth, and then they try to form a society in a place called Metru Nui, or maybe Metru Nui is the name of the world. You can see, listen, second part of the answer, before I talk more about my experience with Bionicle, let me just go to a wiki page and try to read you some of it, and then you'll get the idea why it's confusing. In fact, let's read the one from Matanui. Matanui was, I guess it was destroyed, an island located on the ocean moon of Aqua Magna, which was a giant chunk that broke off of Spherus Magna. The island was named after the Great Spirit by Turaga Vakama. It was created in 1 BGC. What the hell is that? Okay, opening a thing. Bionicle timeline. BGC is... Oh, there was a time skip. Okay, there's that timeline I saw before. When Pterodax's Makuta virus, what the hell is that, sent Matanui to sleep. The island? As a result, he crashed on Aqua Magna. A malfunction of his camouflage system created a new island above his face. What? Is this a creator? Who's Pterodax? Pterodax, usually known as simply Makuta or Makuta of Metru Nui, the Makuta of Metru Nui, was the leader of the Brotherhood of Makuta after overthrowing Miserix and the ultimate antagonist of the Bionicle saga. We found someone important. During the final battle on Bara Magna, he was finally killed by Matanui. Matanui is a person? Okay, so you can see why this is a problem. I have been falling through this mad, tumbling, rampaging lore dump that is the Bionicle fandom site, and it's insanity. And the really crazy thing, let's include the Pterodax page too. Pterodax link. Because that is a toy that you could buy. Like Pterodax, I guess, is a Bionicle set that you can buy and build. So like to some degree, these things are not just like somebody made up a bunch of stuff. Just to be clear, like the toys represent most of these characters, I think. I again, I don't know. But yeah, when I was a kid, I totally didn't get that. I did find it really interesting how some of them are like smaller, and there are other ones that are larger. And I gather from Wikipedia free falling that the larger ones are like guardians that were built, made, trained to guard a society, and the smaller ones are just people or the species, or maybe an indigenous group on the island or something. Again, I I don't know, but that'll give you the idea. And then finally, of course, I'll send you the timeline. It doesn't look complicated, but once you start reading about what is going on in it, it is complicated. But basically, there was a creator myth type event, and then there was a society and a civil war. It didn't work out so well, and then there was a time skip, and now I'm looking at the timeline because I forget. And a long time after that is when all of the events that are tied to the toys that I bought when I was a kid happened. So the thing I was experiencing when I had a relationship with Bionicle as a toy franchise was not related to most of the things that we've just talked about, which is why I am utterly I mean, obviously I was very young, so I don't really remember, but I'm utterly in the dark because I genuinely did not experience that at all. But yeah, they're interesting. There's something about like the way that you combine like Lego Technic things together. I think it's because they're not bricks. Like they have certain ways they can fit together and certain ways they cannot fit together. I think because it's like that, it's like limitations breed creativity kind of thing, and you're not as overwhelmed by, it's not like sculpting, you know what I mean? It's more like engineering or building something, and it feels more like a machine. And I think that I liked that as a kid. I like the idea of that now. That sounds cool. It kind of gives you not a sprawling canvas, you know? If you gave me a rock, a stone, and said chisel a Bionicle out of it, I would just say no. I would give you back the chisel and the rock. But if you gave me, you know, parts and you wanted me to build it, I feel like because it's like a puzzle, you know, they can only go together so many ways. And so it feels like you can make some progress. You at least know what you can't do, and that helps you. So yeah, this has been my really weird parlay on the Bionicle story timeline. Also, where were these things delivered? Where was this information delivered? I did not free fall enough to understand that. But yeah, so I've been Zanny, and I want to thank Daddy Sihix once again for their support. I hope you